Title: You Were Born to Win, A Journey from Struggle to Greatness. Part 1, The Storm Before the Breakthrough. You see, life has a funny way of testing you. Before it gives you anything worth having, it throws you into the fire. You don't get the blessing without the storm. That's the price of greatness. So I want to talk to you today. Real talk, like a brother would talk to another brother, like a father would talk to his son. There was a time in my life where I didn't know how I was going to eat the next day. I was sleeping in my car, washing up in gas stations, telling jokes for $20 at some rundown club just to survive. And let me tell you, nobody clapped when I got off stage. Nobody was standing in line to shake my hand. There was no TV show, no suits, no fame. Just me, my old beat-up car, and a dream I refused to let die. That's what I want to talk to you about today. That thing inside you that won't shut up, that voice that keeps whispering that you're meant for more, that you're not supposed to settle for the life you're living right now. You hear it, don't you? Even in your lowest moments, you can hear it. It's still there. You know why? Because God didn't put that dream in you for no reason. He didn't give you that vision just to torment you. He gave it to you because it's yours. It belongs to you. You just got to get up and go get it. Now, I ain't saying it's going to be easy. Let's get that straight right now. It's going to be hard. You're going to lose sleep. You're going to lose friends. You're going to be misunderstood. But let me ask you this. Would you rather struggle building your dream or be comfortable living a lie? Because most people are walking around wearing masks. They're pretending they're okay with average. But deep down they're dying. Because they know they were meant for more, but they're scared. Scared of failing, scared of being laughed at, scared of being alone. But I'm here to tell you something. That fear, it's a lie. It's an illusion meant to keep you exactly where you are. Fear ain't real. Danger is real, but fear is a choice. I made a choice. I chose not to quit. When everything in my life told me to give up, I chose to believe in the vision, even when it was hard to see it. Even when people I loved told me to get real, told me to give up comedy and get a real job. Even when I was broke, hungry, and invisible to the world, I chose to believe. And let me tell you what happens when you believe. Doors open, not all at once, but they open, one by one. Somebody hears your voice. Somebody sees your work. Somebody decides to take a chance on you. But none of that happens if you quit. You got to learn how to survive the storm. You got to learn how to walk through the fire without letting it consume you. Because what's waiting for you on the other side of that fire is everything you've ever prayed for. Let me repeat that so it sinks in. Everything you've ever prayed for is on the other side of that storm you're in right now. So don't you dare give up. Don't you dare throw in the towel. I don't care how many times you fail. I don't care how broke you are. I don't care if nobody believes in you. I believe in you. And more importantly, God believes in you. And if God gave you the vision, He will make the provision. This ain't the end of your story. It's just the beginning. You're not buried, baby. You're planted. And you're about to grow into something the world has never seen. Hold on. Dig deep. Keep pushing. Because you were born to win. Part 2. Now, let me tell y'all something. I grew up in Welch, West Virginia. Little old town. Didn't have much, but I had dreams. Big dreams. Dreams so loud they kept me up at night. And when I tell you I was broke, man, I was sleeping in a car broke. Eating below 9 bread with no mayo broke. But I never let my dream die. You see, success ain't convenient. It don't show up on your front porch like Amazon Prime. You gotta hustle for it. You gotta bleed for it. And more than anything else, you gotta believe you deserve it. Let me ask you, are you letting other people's opinions dictate your journey? Are you still holding back because they laughed at you when you said your dream out loud? Let me say this real clear. If they ain't laughing at your dream, it probably ain't big enough. You got a dream so big it makes people uncomfortable, makes them tilt their heads and ask if you're okay. That's how you know you're onto something. The seed of greatness. Inside every single one of us, God planted a seed. That seed is your gift. Now everybody got one. I don't care who you are, what you've done, or where you're from. You got a gift. And your job on this earth is to figure out what that gift is and water it every single day. See, the problem is most people don't even believe they got a gift. They've been beat down so long, lied to so much, they actually start believing they average. Nah, God don't make average. He makes purpose. He makes greatness. But you gotta claim it. I remember being homeless, sleeping in my car, writing jokes on napkins. People told me to quit, said I wasn't funny. But I knew, deep down, I knew this was my gift. And if God gave it to me, He wouldn't abandon me halfway. And that brings me to this. God ain't done with you. So many of you think it's too late. You think you messed up too much. You think the dream is dead. Listen to me. If you're still breathing, God ain't done. You hear me? If you still got breath in your lungs, He's still got a plan. Your setback is just a setup for a comeback. But you gotta get up, gotta wipe your face, fix your crown, and keep walking. You think you're in a storm? Good, because that's where eagles learn to fly in the wind. Every great testimony got a test in it. And you might be going through hell right now, but baby, that just means heaven's around the corner. Don't stop in the middle of the fire. Walk through it. Don't quit in the dark. Light the match. Be the flame. The greatest regret. Let me tell you the scariest thing I ever heard. The wealthiest place on earth is the graveyard, because that's where you'll find dreams that never came to life. books that were never written, businesses that never launched, songs that never got sung because somebody was too scared or waited too long. Don't be one of them. Don't die full. Live empty. Pour out everything inside you. Leave nothing on the table. You got a gift? Use it. You got a dream? Chase it. You got a voice? Speak it. And let the world feel the fire in your chest. You're one step away. Let me tell you something else. That breakthrough you've been praying for, that miracle you've been waiting on, that one moment that changes everything, it could be on the other side of one more day of faith, one more conversation, one more idea. Don't quit before the blessing hits. Don't hang up when God is calling. Pick up, say yes, because if he put it in you, he will bring it out of you. That's not a maybe, that's a promise. Now get up, get to it. You got greatness inside you, and this world needs what you carry. Part 3, listen, I know how hard it is when nobody believes in your dream. I know how painful it feels when even your family looks at you like you're crazy. But I'm here to tell you, those moments, those are your defining moments. The people who change the world are the ones who dare to stand alone for a while. They walk through storms with nothing but faith in their pockets. You know why? Because deep down, they understand something powerful, purpose, don't need permission. See, God gives you a vision. He don't send a group text. He don't put it on Facebook. He speaks to your soul in silence. When you're alone with your thoughts, when you can't sleep at night, and when that vision hits you, it ain't up for debate. Your job ain't to convince everybody. Your job is to chase it like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Let me break it down like this. There's a calling on your life that no one else can answer. There's a seat at the table that's got your name carved into it. But most people, they never sit there. Why? Because they let fear rent space in their minds. They let failure write the story before the first chapter even begins. That's not you. That's not who you were built to be. You got to stop seeing failure as your enemy. Start treating it like your coach. Every time you fail, you get one step closer to what you're truly meant to become. That's not motivational fluff. That's real talk. I've failed more times than I can count. I've been broke, homeless, humiliated. I've slept in my car, but I never let go of the vision. I never let go of what God whispered to me in the dark. Listen, favor ain't fair. Let me say that again. Favor ain't fair. You're not chosen because you're perfect. You're chosen because you're willing to try again, willing to grow, willing to stand back up when life knocks the wind out of you. That's the real secret. People think success is about money, cars, fame. No, sir. It's about character. It's about becoming the person who can carry the weight of their blessing. Some of y'all got blessings on back order because you haven't built the strength to receive them yet. God ain't holding it back to punish you. He's waiting on you to grow into it. You got to develop the emotional muscle, the spiritual depth, the mental stamina. And every setback, every delay, every heartbreak, it's part of the process. It's the gym for your soul. You got to understand this. Purpose without preparation is frustration. If you get the spotlight too soon, it'll burn you. But if you walk through the fire, if you let the struggle shape you, then when the moment comes, you won't just survive, you'll shine. You're not behind. You're not late. You're in training. The reason you feel the pressure, the reason the weight feels so heavy is because something big is being built inside you. You can't microwave greatness. You got to marinate in the lesson, soak in the silence, stretch in the waiting room. So let me ask you this. What are you waiting for? What excuse have you been rehearsing so long it became a lullaby? Wake up. This is your life. This is your shot. You may never get another one. Don't let fear make decisions that your faith should be in charge of. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. You were born for more. You got greatness in your DNA. You got the power to shift your entire bloodline. Somebody's freedom is tied to your obedience. Somebody's hope is connected to your breakthrough. Don't rob the world of the gift you were born to give. So today, I want you to stand up in your spirit. I want you to dust off every dream, every calling, every spark that's been buried under fear and failure. This is your resurrection season. You're not just going to bounce back. You're going to break through. You're going to break curses. You're going to break records. You're going to break barriers. But it starts with a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Are you going to keep living on autopilot, or are you ready to wake up and take ownership of your destiny? You've got the pen. This is your story. Write something worth reading. Part 4. Now let me tell y'all something real simple, but so powerful. Your struggle has a purpose. You didn't go through all that pain for nothing. You didn't cry those tears for them to be wasted. Every loss, every heartache, every night you sat there feeling like you couldn't go on, it was all preparing you for a version of yourself you ain't even met yet. Let me break it down. There's this thing I call divine discomfort. It's the kind of struggle that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Not to punish you, but to place you. You feel like you're being dragged, pulled, torn apart. But in reality, you're being positioned to rise, positioned to break through. You see, God don't give big battles to weak soldiers. He picks the strongest ones and says, I'm going to mold you. I'm going to stretch you. And yeah, you might hate the process, but you'll love the outcome. I need y'all to hear me. Your value is not in your circumstance. Your value ain't in your job title, your bank account, or your past mistakes. Your value is in the fact that you woke up today. That means God ain't done with you yet. You still breathing. Then you still got a shot. Let me tell you a little story. I remember a time when I was living in my car. I didn't have no money, no direction, and I sure as hell didn't feel like I had a future. But I had a vision. I had a whisper in my spirit saying, keep going.
I didn't see the whole staircase, but I took that first step. Now I'm telling you, take your step. Stop sitting around waiting for the whole plan to unfold before you move. That ain't how faith works. Faith is taking the step even when you don't see the whole picture. You want abundance? Move. You want healing? Move. You want love, success, purpose? Move. Because motion beats meditation when you got clarity. Listen, if you've been praying for something, I mean really praying, down on your knees, tears in your eyes praying, but you ain't moving, then you ain't serious. Faith without works is dead, and dreams without action are just wishful thinking. I want you to promise me something. Promise yourself that no matter how tired you get, you won't give up. You might take a break, but you ain't quitting. Promise me you'll treat every setback like a setup, that you'll see every rejection as redirection. Because let me tell you, what's ahead of you is bigger than what's behind you. Stop revisiting the pain like it's your permanent address. That's not your home no more. You're not who you were when that thing broke you. You've evolved. You've survived. You've grown. Now it's time to live. Live like you were chosen. Live like you deserve to be here. Live like every dream you ever had is waiting on you to believe in it again. Because the truth is, you got what it takes. You just got to tap into it. Let me remind you one more time. Your story ain't over. And the next chapter, oh, it's about to be your greatest. Part 5, let me tell you something right now, because somebody out there needs to hear this. Listen, just because you didn't come from money, just because your daddy wasn't a CEO, just because your mama worked 3 jobs to put food on the table, does not mean you're disqualified from success. It means you got a head start on strength. See, success don't care where you came from. It cares about where you're going. And that journey, your journey, starts the moment you stop letting your background define your ceiling. Let me paint a picture. Picture a man waking up every morning, hungry for change, tired of the same thing, sick of being stuck in a loop. He don't have no college degree. He don't have a savings account. But you know what he does have? Desire. And desire is a dangerous thing when it's fueled by faith, because desire backed by discipline, that's a flame no water can put out. See, I was broke. I was homeless. I slept in a car, not for a day, not for a week, but for 3 whole years. You hear me? 3 years. You know what kept me going? Faith. I knew that the situation I was in wasn't my final destination. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You might be in your valley right now, but honey, the valley is not the end. That valley, it's the training ground. It's where your character is formed. It's where you develop grit. You can't teach hunger. You can teach skills. You can teach knowledge, but you can't teach that fire in the gut, that urgency, that voice inside that screams, I want more. I was made for more. Now let me tell you about something called favor, because a lot of people don't understand favor. Favor is when God decides to bless you in front of people who hoped you'd fail. Favor is when opportunities show up you didn't apply for, doors open you didn't knock on. But listen, favor follows faith. You gotta believe before you receive. That's the game. That's the test. Now some of y'all think it's too late. You think you're too old, or too messed up, or too far behind. Let me break that lie right now. Moses was 80 when he led people out of Egypt. Colonel Sanders was 65 when he franchised KFC. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're right on time. You just gotta get up and move, because God doesn't steer parked cars. You gotta move. You gotta show him you're ready. You gotta act like you already received the blessing. That's what faith looks like. You dress like it. You speak like it. You walk into that room like the opportunity is already yours. Let me tell you something else. People will doubt you. They'll laugh. They'll mock you. That's fine. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself. One yes from the right person can erase 1,000 no's. And don't get mad when people don't support you. Don't get bitter. Get better. Use that energy. Use that rejection as redirection. God removes people to make room for new ones. I'm speaking from my soul right now. If you don't quit, you can't lose. That's it. That's the secret. That's the game changer. Don't quit, because your breakthrough always comes after your breaking point. Right when you're about to give up, right when it gets unbearable. That's when the miracle's closest. So you keep pushing, keep moving, keep the faith, because your name is being whispered in rooms your feet haven't even stepped into yet. The blessing is coming. The favor is forming. The stage is being set. And when your moment comes, oh, you're gonna be ready. Part 6. Let me tell you something else that a lot of folks never take seriously until it's too late. The power of character. Now, I'm not just talking about being a good person in theory. I'm talking about how you treat people when nobody's watching. I'm talking about how you carry yourself when there ain't no reward in sight. See, you can't fake character forever. Eventually, the truth always comes out. Your life will echo whatever you put into the world, not just in your actions, but in your intent. And the people with deep-rooted character, they're the ones who rise up when the storms come. Now listen to me. There's going to be storms. Don't let nobody tell you life is just sunshine and barbecues. Nah, sometimes you're gonna get hit so hard you forget who you are. You'll lose your job, you'll get betrayed, you'll get sick. Somebody you love might leave you, or worse. And you gonna sit there thinking, why me? But baby, that's the test. That's the fire that either melts you down or makes you into something stronger than steel. Your character, that's what carries you through the heat. And I'll say this loud and clear. Do not compromise your integrity for quick rewards. Yeah, the fast route might look good for a second. It might even feel good, but it never lasts. There are people out here selling their soul just for approval, just for likes, just for a little attention. Let me tell you something. God didn't put you here to be liked. He put you here to walk in purpose, to be tested, to grow, to contribute, to live fully. And that ain't always gonna make you popular. See, when I was broke, when I had to sleep in my car, you know what kept me alive? It wasn't just a dream. It was the knowledge deep in my soul that I was being prepared. I wasn't being punished. I was being prepped. God was stretching me, showing me what I could survive. And now when I stand on these stages, I don't just talk, I testify. Because I've been through it, and if I got through it, so can you. Listen, sometimes your setback is really a setup for something greater, but you gotta learn to walk through it without becoming bitter. Don't let hard times change the goodness inside you. Don't let disappointment turn your heart cold. Don't let betrayal make you stop trusting everybody. Learn the lesson, but hold on to your light. That's what separates the broken from the blessed. The people who stay good even when life gets bad. And here's another thing, a little secret that nobody teaches you in school. How you treat people when you have nothing is how you'll treat them when you have everything. Money don't change you, it reveals you. So while you're on the journey, be kind, be generous, be humble, be real. Help people without expecting anything back. Because when you finally make it, you're gonna want to look around and see faces you can trust, not ones that only showed up when you had something to give. And hear me now, every time you feel like giving up, every time you feel like nobody sees you or hears you, every time you wonder if what you're doing even matters, I need you to keep going. Because it matters. You matter. And your journey is preparing you to stand in a place you never dreamed of, but you'll never get there if you quit. So stand up, dust yourself off, remind yourself who you are and whose you are. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep becoming. Because the world doesn't need more people pretending to be perfect. It needs more people who've been through hell and still choose to love, to dream, to build, to rise. You're one of them. I can feel it. So keep going. Part 7. Now let me tell y'all something real quick. Lean in a little closer, because this right here, this is where the game changes. You see, it's not just about what you do in public. It's about the work you put in when nobody's watching. When you're tired, when you're broke, when you're feeling invisible. That's when the foundation of your greatness is laid, brick by silent brick. Because that's where I come from. I come from the place where dreams feel too expensive to dream. I come from being the underdog so long I learned how to fight with both hands tied behind my back and still win. You gotta want it so bad you lose sleep just thinking about it. You gotta want it like the air you breathe, like if you don't get it you gon' die. And let me tell you, the people who get there, they ain't the lucky ones. They're the ones who never quit. They're the ones who fell down more times than they could count and still said one more time, just one more. Because your setbacks, they ain't the end, they're setups. Setups for comebacks so divine, even your haters will be forced to clap. That's what happens when you stay in the fight longer than the pain. Let me break it down for you. The world will not hand you your dream on a silver platter. It won't wake you up with a hot cup of coffee and say, hey, you ready to win today? No, sir. You gotta wake up and grab your dream like it owes you money. You gotta wrestle it down, chain it to your destiny, and say, you belong to me. And hear me clearly, it's not gonna be fair. You'll watch people take shortcuts. You'll see folks lie, cheat, and win dirty. And it'll hurt. But you stay clean. Because clean work lasts longer. Dirty wins crumble. The long road, that's the golden road. Because when you get to where you're going, you can stand tall and say, I built this. Brick by brick, soul by soul, pain by purpose. Let your purpose scream louder than your excuses. Let your work ethic speak when your mouth is tired. Let your dream be the fire that never dies. You hear me? So if you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
Part 8. Let me tell you something else. Right now, every champion you see, every billionaire, every iconic entertainer, every person at the top of their game has one thing in common. They kept showing up. They kept waking up to fight a battle no one else could see. That's what winners do. They fight in silence. They suffer in the shadows. And then one day, they rise loud. You see, in life, it's not about how loud you can scream on stage when the spotlight hits you. It's about how strong you can whisper to yourself when you're in the dark. That whisper that says, don't you dare quit. That voice that says, we are not done yet. That moment right there, that's where the real difference is made. Let me be real with you. There will be times when your own people won't believe in you, when your friends won't clap for you, when even your family will look at you like you're crazy. That's all right. That's not your fault. That's just the process. You gotta clap for yourself. You gotta celebrate your own damn victories, even if no one else sees them. You gotta wake up, look in the mirror and say, we're still standing, we're still grinding, and we're not done yet. You know, when you plant a seed in the ground, it doesn't sprout the next day. You don't dig it up every morning to check if it's growing. No, you water it, you protect it, you believe it's growing, even when you can't see it. That's what faith is. And your dreams, they're seeds. Don't kill them with doubt. Water them with discipline. Protect them with patience. Let them grow with faith. Because one day, one ordinary day, you'll wake up and everything you've been dreaming of, it'll be standing right in front of you. But only if you keep showing up. Let's talk about that day when everything hits you at once. You know the one I'm talking about. The day you lose your job. The day your relationship falls apart. The day your back is against the wall and the world feels like it's collapsing on top of you. That day is a gift. You heard me right. It's a gift because it forces you to decide, am I going to let this define me or am I going to rise anyway? Champions are born in the worst moments. Diamonds are made under pressure. If life is hitting you hard right now, good. It means you're in the fire. It means God is shaping something inside you. It means greatness is being forged. Don't run from that pressure. Don't hide from that pain. Walk through it, feel every bit of it, and let it mold you into someone unshakable. Listen to me. Pain is not the end. Pain is the process. And when you come out of it, you won't even recognize yourself. You'll be wiser, stronger, louder, braver, but only if you don't quit. Let me ask you something. How bad do you want it? I mean, really. Not how bad do you want to say it to your friends? Not how bad do you want to post about it? I mean, deep in your bones, in your soul, in your gut. How bad do you want it when no one's clapping? How bad do you want it when nobody sees the grind? How bad do you want it when your body's tired, your spirit's shaking, and all you got left is a heartbeat and a dream? Because if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't change lives. Excuses don't build legacies. Action does. So get up, wipe the tears, dust off the pain, and keep going. You're not done. You've only just begun. Let me tell you something else. Real plain, when the noise of the world gets loud, you've got to get quiet enough to hear your own soul whisper. You don't find your direction by following the crowd. You find your direction by standing still long enough to feel which way your spirit is pulling you. And if you keep chasing approval from people who don't understand your calling, you'll spend your life running in circles. You don't need validation from broken mirrors. You don't need permission from people who've never walked your path. The truth is, your dreams didn't come from them, so stop expecting them to understand them. People are gonna talk. They always do. Let them. They'll tell you what's not possible, what's too risky, what's too late. But those same people will be the first to clap when you make it. They don't hate you. They just can't see what you see. That's why your vision belongs to you and not them. You were born with a gift. That's not a slogan. That's a fact. Something was planted inside you that nobody else got. Not your brother, not your sister, not your best friend, just you. And that gift, it's your responsibility to protect it, nurture it, and give it to the world in the biggest, boldest way you can. See, you don't honor your gift by playing small. You don't protect your gift by hiding it in fear. You protect your gift by using it out loud in public with faith. Now let me tell you something deep. The world needs what you've got. Somebody out there is waiting on your dream to come true so it can give them permission to chase theirs. That's why your breakthrough ain't just about you. It's about everybody you're gonna bless once you rise. You think it's just about money, about cars, status, or likes on social media. No, man, it's about impact. It's about legacy. It's about waking up, knowing that your life is doing something that matters. That's success. And listen, success don't come by chance. It comes by choice. The choice to get up when you're tired. The choice to speak life when you feel broken. The choice to move forward when fear tries to hold you back. You get to choose how your story ends. You get to choose what kind of chapter today becomes. And if you've messed up in the past, good. That means you've got a real story to tell. Don't be ashamed of it. Be proud, because broken pieces still build strong houses. What you've been through isn't who you are. It's what prepared you. That pain, it wasn't pointless. It taught you what joy really feels like. That loss, it opened the door for something better. That failure, it was just life's way of saying, we're going higher now. See, God doesn't waste anything. Every heartbreak, every setback, every long night, He's using it. You may not see it yet, but one day you'll look back and say, oh, now I get it. The puzzle pieces didn't make sense when you were holding them. But once you put them together, oh, now it's a masterpiece. And don't forget this, if you woke up today, you still got purpose. If you're breathing, you still got a mission. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. The only perfect moment is right now. This breath, this step, this shot, take it. Nobody else is gonna live your dream for you. Nobody's coming to save you. And guess what? That's okay, because you've got everything you need inside you already. All you gotta do is stop doubting it and start walking in it. I'm telling you, life ain't about avoiding storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Because once you realize how strong you are, the storm don't scare you anymore. You walk through it with your head high, knowing that nothing formed against you can win. You ain't just surviving, you're building something eternal. You're planting seeds that'll outlive you. That's what greatness looks like. Part 10. Now listen to me closely, because this part right here, it might just change your life. You gotta stop measuring your future by your past. Just because you came from struggle, don't mean you're destined to stay there. Just because you made mistakes, don't mean you can't make miracles. You gotta let go of that guilt, that shame, that small thinking, because none of it belongs where you're headed. See, when you carry yesterday's baggage into tomorrow's blessing, you weigh down what God is trying to lift up. You block what's meant to flow. You stall what's meant to move. Let me tell you the truth. Your past prepared you, but it doesn't define you. Your history shaped you, but it does not limit your destiny. You are not your pain. You are not your failure. You are not your trauma. You are the survivor of all of it. And that means you're stronger than you know. You've got to unlearn what broken people taught you. Somewhere along the line, someone might have convinced you that you're not good enough, that you're too much or too little or too late. But none of that is real. Those are their fears, their limits, their lies. You are not here to fit in. You're here to stand out, to rise up, to shine so bright that even the dark starts trembling. And yes, it's going to get lonely sometime. You're going to look around and realize not everybody can go where you're going, but that's okay. That's how you know you're growing. Elevation always requires separation. Stop trying to convince people to see your value. If they can't see your worth, that's not your problem. That's their loss. Don't spend another second shrinking to make small minds comfortable. You've got dreams that are bigger than their opinion. You've got power that's louder than their doubt. And you've got a God who's been working behind the scenes the whole time, setting you up for something that's going to blow your mind. You've got to keep showing up even when no one's clapping yet, even when the spotlight isn't on you, because your faith is what brings the light, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel ready. You move forward while shaking. You don't wait to be confident. You build confidence by doing the things scared. You don't wait to be perfect. You move in purpose. Listen, greatness never came from comfort zones. You don't grow where it's easy. You grow where it's stretching you, challenging you, changing you. And I know it hurts sometimes. I know you get tired. But hear me, your struggle is not in vain. Your tears are not wasted. Every step you've taken in the dark is leading you to the light. You're not lost. You're being led. And one day, you're going to look back at this very season and realize this is where it all changed. This is where you stopped breaking down and started building up. This is where you stopped begging and started believing. You were never meant to just survive. You were born to thrive. You were born to lead. You were born to light the way for others who've been sitting in the same darkness you escaped from. So don't give up now. Don't shrink now. Don't doubt now. This is your moment. This is your chapter. This is your rise. And baby, let me tell you, when you rise, the world notices. When you rise, doors open. When you rise, heaven claps. Because you didn't fold. You didn't quit. You didn't let the fire consume you. You used it to forge yourself into steel. And now you're unstoppable. Part 11. Now hold on. If you've made it this far, then you've got something inside you that refuses to settle, that refuses to sit down quietly while the world tells you to be less. And that right there, that's fire, that's purpose, disguised as persistence. Let's talk about that voice inside of you. You know, the one that whispers when everything's loud, the one that says there's more for you. Don't give up. That voice is not random. That's the divine speaking through you, calling you into something greater. And it don't matter if nobody else hears it, because it ain't meant for them. It's meant for you. You got to start trusting yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. People will try to tell you you're too ambitious, too intense, too passionate. But I need you to understand something. Your intensity isn't the problem. Their insecurity is. Don't you dare water yourself down just to quench someone else's thirst for mediocrity. You were made for more. You were made to run with lions, not graze with sheep. And I know you've been overlooked. You've been underestimated. You've been counted out. But that's fine, because the ones who are truly chosen, the ones who are destined, they'll forge in obscurity. They rise in silence. They build in the shadow. And when they finally step out, oh, it's undeniable. So keep building. Keep believing. Every minute you spend becoming who you are is an investment that's going to pay off bigger than you can imagine. One day people are going to ask you how you did it, how you made it out, how you kept going. And you look them in the eye and say, because I believed in something bigger than what I could see. You kept planting when the soil was dry. You kept climbing when your legs were shaking. You kept loving when your heart was broken. You kept showing up when no one was watching. That is your strength. That is your legacy. You've been through storms that would have drowned most people. But here you are, not just alive, but rising. So let the world doubt you. Let them talk. Let them laugh. You just keep moving. Keep rising. Keep walking in the direction of your calling, because your story isn't over. It's just beginning. And one day when you look back, you realize everything that tried to break you only built you. That's the truth. That's your power. And baby, that's what makes you unstoppable. Part 12. Now listen, sometimes the greatest blessings in your life come wrapped in the ugliest packaging. You open it and you think, man, this can't be it. You cry over it. You fight it. You reject it. But here's what life does when it's really trying to grow you. It gives you pressure. It gives you pain. It gives you people that betray you. It gives you seasons that feel like winters with no end. And then it waits. It waits to see if you'll fold or if you'll rise. Because the truth is, diamonds don't shine unless they've been cut. Gold ain't pure until it's been through fire. And you don't become powerful until you've been broken and built again with your own two hands. Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. Life is not about comfort. It's about character. It's about what you become when everything you thought you needed is stripped away. It's about whether you still pray when the money's gone, whether you still stand tall when everyone else sits down, whether you speak truth even when your voice shakes. That's the stuff that makes a legend. That's the stuff that turns regular folks into kings and queens. You see people look at someone who made it and they say, man, he's lucky, she's blessed. But what they don't see is the sleepless nights, the failure after failure, the rejection letters, the overdraft fees,
the panic attacks, the prayers that felt unanswered, the dreams that got delayed and then denied and then delayed again. They don't see the 1,000 times you wanted to quit and the one time you didn't and how that changed everything. Let me say this loud and clear for somebody out there who's been doubting themselves. Your purpose is bigger than your problems. Your vision is stronger than your value. And your destiny is not canceled just because you've been delayed. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right on schedule, baby. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. He didn't put that dream in your heart to tease you. You are walking through the wilderness because you are headed toward the promise. Let this part of your life be the part where you shocked them all. Let this be the chapter where your faith grew legs and started walking, even when the road disappeared. Let this be the story they tell one day when someone else is about to give up. Let them say, if she made it through that, if he didn't quit during that storm, then maybe I can too. You are not weak. You are becoming unstoppable. You are not broken. You are breaking through. And if nobody else tells you this today, let me be the one. You've got greatness in you. I mean, real, undeniable, earth-shaking, life-changing greatness. Don't you dare stop now. You're just getting started.